Yeah, I'm just doing a little video at the moment. Hi, how are you doing? You okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, are you having a good time?
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, it is. Just look at all these people. On Blackpool Beach, it's not like the 50s or the 60s, but come on. It's not bad, is it? Yo!
Never bumped into
How you doing?
I was on a few your videos.
Yeah.
On his birthday the other year, he was funny man bouncing off doorways.
Welcome to another video, A Walk on the Wild Side, and I'm here in Blackpool. I am on the promenade here, and it's the hottest day of 2025 so far. We've got temperatures today of up to 30 degrees Celsius, yeah. And I tell you what, I think it's going to be absolutely heaving on Blackpool Promenade. Just look behind me that way. That's looking towards the north. Can't quite see the tower, but we will see it a bit later on. By the way, if you like Blackpool, I cover all things Blackpool on this channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. I show all sides. So this is the promenade here. I'm filming this at around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's probably just about, we're just coming up to the hottest part of the day. Like I said, 30 degrees Celsius. What I'm going to do is we're going to walk to the north. We're just going to walk on this side of the road where the hotels are and all that. We're going to walk up, probably walk up to the north bit, and we'll see just how busy it is in Blackpool on the hottest day of the year so far. Well, the Landows are doing a really good trade. I think the promenade might actually start to melt at the moment because it is hotting up. And I'm starting here at Manchester Square, just over there. We've got the treatment works. This is where Blackpool got its name. It's where the Blackpool formed hundreds of years ago from the Spen Dyke, which ran. It used to run onto the beach, and it created black water, and that's how Blackpool got its name. So I'll just give you a little look around. That's Rigby Road there. So this is Manchester Square. Just over there we've got the Manchester pub. I can hear music coming from there. Of course, we've got the Pleasure Beach down that way. I'm not going to go that way. I'm heading this way. We're going to head up this way, and we're going to head, I think we'll go to the North Pier, shall we? I'll bring you some of the atmosphere of Blackpool on the hottest day of the year so far. Will it get warmer than this? Well, we're not used to these temperatures, are we? But yeah, the Landows are doing a very good trade, aren't they? Got people sat outside the hotels here. Let me know if you're a Celsius person or a Fahrenheit person. I actually think the Fahrenheit scale is a bit better, because if I say it's going to be 30, or they say it's going to be 30 degrees, it doesn't sound as much as, say, 80, really, does it? Or 85. So I think the Fahrenheit scale is better. It's a bit more usable, I think. Those are the pipes of poo over there. They're the vents which release the fumes. Yo! That's someone waving at me there outside the Craggy Dock. Yeah, so this is Blackpool. Does it get much better than this? Well, I don't think it does. And if you're on a stag party or a hen party like them lot there, you couldn't have asked for much better weather, could you really? And we've got some cracking views as well over the Irish Sea. I'll have a little look at those in a minute. But I'm making my way up towards Mark Kelly's here. This is Mark Kelly's. It's a Foxhole. Used to be the Foxhole. So this area is called Foxhole, that's where we are now. The oldest part of Blackpool. They're playing a bit of music in my... It's a good atmosphere. I'm bringing you a bit of Blackpool on a Saturday. So that's... In fact, that building there, I've mentioned it a few times on the channel before. It's where the first proper building in Blackpool was built. It was called the Foxhole, and that was back in 1675. There's the other £1 burger. That's the other. We have two £1 burgers in Blackpool. the most famous one is Chris Higgins, which is somewhere down that way, just down there on the left. I won't be going past that on this video, but this is how it looks on the main drag, the Golden Mile. Yo, I'm doing a video now. How you doing? You alright? Say hello.
I've never bumped into
How you doing? Yo.
I was on a few your videos.
Yeah.
On his birthday the other year, he was funny man bouncing off doorways.
You should get yourself round the £1 burger. Oh, you got a choice, though. We've got one here. Yeah.
in the Ordinary Company.
So where are you from? Staffordshire. I've got quite a lot of fans down in Staffordshire. So you've got some cracking weather today. Hope you have a good rest of your holiday. I might be going into town later. See you later.
See you later.
See you later. So bumped into a lot of fans there from Stafford. I tell you what, that's what you want on a day like today, isn't it? A 99.
Yellow, 3 and 6.
Pat's 10p bingo.
Bingo.
They're doing really well.
9-0.
Plenty of bingo in Blackpool. I'm not short on bingo. All the big arcades have bingo. And that was Pat's 10p bingo. Been going a long time. So we've got all these stalls here selling rock, of course. I used to work in a rock factory in the olden days. Yeah, I used to work at South Shore it was, not there now. I think we've only got one rock factory now. I think it's Rock Candy Kingdom. But there were lots of them back then. I'm going back to the late 80s. It was not a very, well, it wasn't the best job because it was quite hard work. And you were in a factory. Imagine being in a factory in this weather with no air conditioning, and you've got a boiler, a sugar boiler going that makes the rock. Oh, look at this! Look at all these people! Wow! I know some people will say, there's no one there, Stephen. What are you talking about? It's not like the 50s or the 60s, but we're not doing too bad. We are surviving here in Blackpool. So I'm filming this, like I say, around about, I think it's 2:30. You know what, I don't know. I don't know what time it is. I'm just passing the Central Pier. There's the Central Pier over there. They've got the bouncy castle. They've also got a bar, the Terrace Bar. Now that'll be packed today, I bet. I'm just heading over this way. That's Chapel Street. Just round the back there, they knocked the police station down. I'm just going to carry on. This is Happy Days. They've got bingo in there. Plenty of, like I say, plenty of choices for bingo. Here we've got the trough for the horses, and this has been here since, well, that's been there. Can't quite see the date of it. It was donated. And who remembers when we used to have the subway here? We used to have a subway that went across here. It came out on the other side over there. And we also used to have the RNLI building, which was over there. It was a cream tiled building before they moved it over there. See over there, that's where they moved it to 20 odd years ago when they did the promenade. We're just going past the waxworks, Madame Tussauds. The wax, if they haven't got aircon in there, the waxworks will be melting, won't they? This is Pyramid Plaza. I remember when this was, I think it was the Oasis, wasn't it? The Oasis Amusements. More rock. Oh, this is massive, this place. This shop is huge. It really is. It's absolutely massive. Fish and chips. Plenty of fish and chips as well. Traditional fish and chips. Blackpool's Fish Factory. I'll just give you a quick scan round. It's looking pretty busy on the road as well. It's always busy down here. Always. If you ever drive a car up Blackpool Promenade, when you get to this bit here, it just seems to slow to a crawl, and it doesn't matter what time of year it is, unless you happen to be out in the early hours. But we've just gone past Funland. It used to be Barry Noble's Funland in the olden days, and it was probably the #1 arcade for locals, the Funland. And now we're going past the Sea Life Centre. It used to be Mr. B's, and that was another big arcade. They used to have rides in there. Yeah. So this is Blackpool, folks, on the hottest day 2025 so far. So I'm actually filming this at, like I said, 2 o'clock. I don't even know the time, honestly. But did you know that the hottest part of the day is not at noon, you know, when the sun is highest up? It's actually a couple of hours after the sun reaches its highest point, because there's a bit of a delay. So we're probably going to get the hottest temperatures at about 3 to 4 o'clock, because it takes a while for everything to warm up. Bit of fact, a few facts for you there. I like to throw out a few facts sometimes. So, I tell you what, it is so busy here. I've got to walk onto the road to get past all these people. Oh, we've got a noisy motorbike. There's always got to be as we go past the Golden Mile. There's the Golden Mile there, look. I can hear a noisy motorbike. The noisy motorbike's gone. I'm making my way up the Blackpool Promenade. We started at Manchester Square and I've now made it to the Coral Island. And I can hear music, so we'll keep going because I don't want the music to pick. Oh look, a yellow-legged seagull. You don't see too many of those. You tend to see the herring gulls. The yellow-legged seagulls have darker wings, quite dark wings compared to the herring gulls. But the herring gulls are the main. They're the ones that like to eat your regular tram. Unfortunately, we don't have the heritage trams running at the moment. You know, the old Blackpool trams. They're not running. It's all to do with the safety feature. They don't have the safety features of the new ones, and they had to pull them off the promenade, unfortunately. But we do have the Landaus, though. We do have the Landaus. There you go. So we're now going past the Spyglass Bar. This used to be the Palace. The Palace nightclub used to be here. It was on the next floor up there. But this building here, a bit of a monstrosity, really, isn't it? Big black building, and it's only half full with businesses. There's supposed to be a hotel in there, and the Sands nightclub. It was the Sands nightclub after the Palace, but it's been in limbo for quite a while, and it's also got the around the other side. It's got the Showtime Museum of Blackpool. So at the moment, this building here is not quite full. It's not quite finished. It's not. So it was the Sands nightclub. Who remembers Heaven and Hell? Well, it was in the Woolworths building here, which is my favourite building in Blackpool. And it used to go in there. Yeah. Woolworths. Yeah. Yeah, this building here, I think it was 1938 when it first opened as the flagship store for Woolworths. And as you can see, we've got this. The Wetherspoons here, the Albert and the Lion. Loads of people sat outside. So, Woolworths. I can't remember when it closed down, but it was quite a while ago. And then it became, I'll tell you, we'll just turn around. And then we're just coming up to the tower. It became a Price Busters, and it was actually Price Busters for quite a long time. Yeah. So who remembers Price Busters after Woolworths? Well, they closed that one, but Woolworths was still going. They just so happened to close that store, but they kept some of the other ones going. We did have another one in the town centre. In fact, there was another Woolworths just up here after that one closed down. But we're just at the tower now. Let's have a look. Someone's setting up bangers. There you are, Blackpool Tower. I'm making good progress here. along the promenade on the hottest day so far. We've still got August to get through yet, so you know, there's plenty of time for it to heat up yet. We've got the air show coming up. It's normally roasting when the air show's on, isn't it? Oh, I can hear sirens, it's kicking off in Blackpool. Oh, it's just an ambulance. But there's, just look at the view over there. Can you see that? Sorry about the siren. Oh, I'll have to show you that later. The comedy carpet. They had a stage up the other day. They had the dancing competition. Yo. So we're just going past the tower. I mean, look at the building. You know, the building, Blackpool Tower, doesn't really get a lot of recognition. It's more the tower. But if you look at it, just look at the carvings. Just look at this. 1894 was when it opened, the Blackpool Tower. Just down here on the ground floor, we've got Harry Ramsden's, established 1928. They're coming up to 100 years, aren't they? But they're not quite like they used to be, are they? That's looking into the town centre, and we've got the Winter Gardens up there. That's the Spanish Hall. It's the Victoria Street entrance to the Winter Gardens. I'm not going up that way. That klaxon that you can hear is the tower. It's the tower lift. When it goes up and down, you always get that klaxon go off. Check out these motorbikes here, look. Well, that one's pretty cool, isn't it? That one up there. It's like a drag motorbike, that, isn't it? But we're just going past what used to be Lewis's. This building here is so bland. So bland. But it used to be Lewis's. Yeah, I'll just take you back this way. That's where the Woolworths used to be there. You see the Blackpool Amusement? That's where the Woolworths used to be when it closed down there. But yeah, this was Lewis's. And look at it now. A bland... It's just... You know what? I don't know who was in charge of redesigning the Lewis's building and turning it into this, but I think they should be put up against a wall and taken out, because that is just... If you remember what Lewis's looked like, it was actually a very, very prominent looking building. A brutalist structure, but a lot better looking than this. But we're just coming up to Wendy's now. Wendy's, I did a review in there if you want to check it out. Wendy's opened earlier this year. Very, very nice burgers. Not cheap though. Just over the road we've got the wedding chapel. Oh, and the beach house. That beach house is quite swanky. If you fancy some posh food, you can get it in there. We have quite a lot of restaurants in Blackpool, you know, and we're quiet. A lot of people think, oh, Blackpool, they haven't got any decent restaurants. I think we do, you know. That's Papa's. I remember when that was a Burger King. It was a Burger King for ages. And then it became a fancy restaurant called La Iguana. And now it's Papa's. And as you can see, there's loads of... Do you feel hungry when it's warm like this? So I'm just thinking, do you actually feel hungry? I was talking to a guy in a restaurant the other night, and he said, oh, today's not going to be very good because it's too warm, he said. And I think he's right. I think we don't seem to have the same hunger in the heat. We're more thirsty than anything, so I think the pubs will be doing pretty well, won't they? Yeah. Anyway, let's just show you back that way, look. So I've come that way there. It just looks like a mass of people. This is Coyote Ugly, and this opened, can't remember now, it was early this year, I think. They do dancing on the bar and that in there. And we're just coming up to this famous building here, the Roberts. Bloody hell, listen to that racket in there, it sounds terrible. Roberts Oyster Rooms. Oh, that's an old building, isn't it? You see that on all the old photographs. Do they still sell oysters? Well, I think they do, you know. They do still sell oysters. Yeah, that street there is called West Street. A little street. We've got the smallest pub in Blackpool, it's called the Mitre, and that's just down there on the right. I'm keeping going, the pace is quick. That's Shenanigans. Oh, we can have a good time in Shenanigans. And then we've got the Yates here. Look up when you're in Blackpool, because you never know what you're going to see. This is the old music hall, Feldman's Arcade. It's still up there. Always look up. So it's now the Yateses. Yateses. Remember Yateses Wine Lodge in town? I'll tell you what, if you haven't got air conditioning in your car, you're going to be pretty warm coming down here, driving into the sunshine. You can tell who's got aircon because they've got the windows up. Because if you've got aircon, you don't want to wind your window down because you're just going to let all the hot air in, aren't you? Yeah. I remember going to Florida a few times, and what we used to do was we used to like going into the McDonald's, you know, into McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, because they'd have the aircon on, and it'd be like, well, it'd be like walking into, hiya! Just got to wave off someone in a nice Jaguar E-Pace there, yeah. So it does the air conditioning. It's nice, isn't it? But I mean, we don't really, we're not used to this kind of weather, are we really? To be honest, I'm not a big fan of hot temperatures. I'd rather just have it around 15 to 20 degrees or something like that. Let me know what you think. Do you not like the heat? Let's look at Blackpool Tower. There you go, Blackpool Tower. I wonder if Blackpool Tower's going to expand. It's getting a bit rowdy at shenanigans. This is Turtle Bay. Turtle Bay, that's fairly near. It's in the old Clifton Hotel here on the corner of Talbot Road. And, oh, I'll tell you what, it's pretty busy around here. We've got the tram. Of course, the trams now come off the, they now come off the promenade and they go to the new tram station in town. There's the North Pier there. Look at this now, Blackpool in the sunshine on the warmest day. Warmest, hottest. And up there was where the Yateses Wine Lodge used to be. That there, the Premier Inn, that used to be the Yateses Wine Lodge. And I used to go in, we used to go in there, and honestly, it was so busy that you couldn't even get to the bar. You had to squeeze your way to the bar. I used to hate having to go to the bar because I could never get to it. I was no good at getting their attention. That's what it was like in the old days. Can you remember when it was heaving in the pubs? Just here we've got the Counting House, obviously an old bank. That one over there used to be the Royal Bank of Scotland. This is the Town Hall of Blackpool there. That was around about the same time as the Tower. It might have been after the Tower, I can't quite remember. Before the Town Hall they used to hold the council meetings. I think they used to hold them above the Yateses building because it was the assembly rooms. But anyway, I'm going to head over here now towards the North Pier. I want to show you the views that we can see. It looks absolutely epic. I'm just keeping this rolling, by the way. I haven't stopped the camera since I started. I'll tell you what, I think I need a drink. But we've got the North Pier bar there. North Pier, lots of shows on at the Joe Longthorne Theatre at the back. Just over here, we've got the Cenotaph and the Metropole Hotel. The Metropole Hotel is, of course, closed to paying guests. That goes back about 5 years, it's been closed now. But we're just coming up now to these are the Beer Monster shelters, although they're probably not beer monsters sat in them at the moment. It's where our local purveyors of lager like to sit in those shelters there. So here we are, and I'll just show you down here. This is the last remaining part, or the only remaining part of the original basalt sea wall. That's what it used to be like all the way along the promenade. It used to be like that, and it's the only surviving part that's still left after they put the new promenade in. But there's loads of people on the North Pier. But look at this down here. We go downhill, this down here, down to Lower Walk, and there's loads of people down there. We've got someone on a jet ski. Let's go and have a look, shall we? We've got people in the water, the tide's in. Look at this. Look at this, folks. This is Blackpool on a Saturday, the warmest day of the year. Let's have a little look this way. Like I say, we've got people in the water down here, look. And the views are amazing. I can see the Lake District over there. You know, over there? That's the Lake District. You can see all the hill. It's not quite as clear as what it was yesterday, but I can definitely see the hills of the Lake District. And it looks absolutely amazing. But there you go. Let's look at this. So I'm going to leave it there now. And that was a bit frantic, that, wasn't it? I didn't stop recording from the moment I started walking from Manchester. I've got a thing coming out of the top of my head. I'll just move it round a bit, the cenotaph there. So I didn't stop recording all the way from Manchester Square to here. And I got recognised a couple of times. Now, if I was walking a bit slower, I might have got recognised, because I always get, I'm not trying to, yeah, I'm not trying to be big-headed, but I do get recognised quite a lot. It's just one of those things. But yeah, it's been good. And let me know if you love the hot weather. Are you a beach person? If you're lucky enough to be in Blackpool this weekend, you've cracked it, haven't you? You really have. You've cracked it. So let me know what you think. Myself, I'm not really into this weather. I'm going to head straight back home now, or get myself into shade, because I wasn't really looking forward to this, to be quite honest. And I don't envy anyone who has to work out. In fact, I was working last week. I was working in some of these temperatures, doing like proper work, proper physical work as well. So I did have to do a little bit of work in it. But I'm going to leave it there now. That was Blackpool on the hottest day of the year so far in 2025. There's a lot to look forward to yet this year. We've got the air show and loads of stuff coming up. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos. And I'll see you again on the next one.